The landscape plays a really important role because it expresses the sustainable values of the precinct. What is existing in the site at the moment is really an underutilised verge and laneway, and our design brief was to transform a large grass verge and a hard paved laneway into an urban oasis that was sustainable, connected the community to nature, and also strengthened that community. Regenerative landscape is about working with the natural systems, and so we're trying to recreate the landscape that was there before the subdivision was created. And so that means including lots of native plants that create habitat for the little critters, the birds and the frogs and lizards. But it is also about building long-term sustainability and resilience to climate change. We have been able to develop a really complex palette of native plants that respond to the microclimate of the site and the soils and the availability of water. The selection of the plants was influenced by our conversations with Richie Allen. He really wanted us to use the plants to express the cultural landscape. There were a lot of existing trees on the site which we've actually worked into the design so that they can be retained. We've also supplemented those trees with deciduous trees that will be able to provide sunlight to the courtyards of the homes in wintertime, but also provide really important shade during the summer. The majority of the trees are actually native trees, and we've done that really in response to the advice that we were given from Richie Allen to really make sure that we were respecting that Ngunnawal culture and values and the existing natural environment. We've also got a couple of productive plants going in there as well, and that will include some plum trees and some bay trees. Reusing materials was a really important part of our process to reduce our carbon footprint. And we were quite lucky that we were actually able to source materials from the ACT government's depot, and that includes urban furniture, tree trunks, rocks, and even some seats and a shelter. And in the laneway, the brick paving that we're taking up to create space for trees is actually being used back in the courtyards of the houses. Nature play is a way of allowing children to engage with nature and also play imaginatively. And we've placed logs and steppers throughout the microparks and in the laneway to really encourage that activity. So the pocket parks in the laneway and the micro park that's actually located in the verge are small spaces that allow those incidental moments where people can come out and meet each other. We also very carefully designed the interfaces of the homes with the surrounding landscapes to make sure that the homes had privacy and we were giving them access to natural sunlight, but also so that their views were towards nature so that they could see trees and bushes as part of their everyday lives. I think that the landscape interactions that we have really created a space that can be used by the residents and will be a place where they can come out and participate and connect. And so it'll be a really important part of living there. I really hope that we've actually created a precedent for future laneway designs as part of this project, because I think that it would be really great to see our laneways transformed from what they are at the moment, which is places for cars, into places for people that the residents can actually use to get out and meet each other. As part of the work that we're doing, we can only take it to a certain point. but we've actually left opportunity for the residents to really apply their own ideas, and maybe that might be a community garden or some other feature that will be able to be brought into the space once that community has established.